moving around, I lose Cadillac. Still got my homies to watch my back and to smoke your ass. And then when I come jack, that's why some pigs and the kids come sweating, they follow. Hollow point still's hard to swallow. I wallow when they come to roll on it with the clip in the floor, I break your head sign. Not kicking dust, cause he to get bust. My crib surrounded, I'm about to get brushed. A brush with death. How many shells left in my closet? Where my back roll makes black when the shit goes down. Better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. Better be ready. I told the boys to start off glass and the rest of the gas I strap on the bulletproof vest. Boom, I think I got one to that test. Hot damn, I didn't want to kill a man. Cheers, still stand tall with the Hill Clan. Y'all, you better step back. You better fall. I'm coming up blasting like a Simony Sam. I got the cheese and the bread for them. Shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. You better be ready. When the shit goes down. When the shit goes down. Say, better be ready. Yeah.
The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros' opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Is my mic on?
Yeah, you're on. I hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, we are live. Welcome to the MLO Bros. It is Thursday, November something.
I'm ready to stop talking about politics forever.
Okay, I know. We got one more little
I'm so over politics.
we got one more little bit. I'm Luke. This is Isaac. If you guys don't know who we are, we have some new people here. We're talking. We have, our talks today.
Okay.
This is called the MLO Bros Talk Back. We're going to talk about, we have mic check. They're saying they don't hear me.
I hear you in my headphones.
Okay, mic check.
Hold on. Let me check it up.
Hello? I can hear you. Hello?
Go ahead, talk.
Hello? Check.
All right, get rid of that mic. Get the other one.
Why do we
Always sound issues.
Hello? Whoa, there it goes. Jesus.
All right.
There we go. All
So
right.
just use
I don't know
get
what
rid
the
of
hell.
that stupid thing.
Dude, that was a good one.
All right.
So, anyways. All right. We do Steph, we do a mic check all the time. We just suck at this. I don't know. It's like as soon as we turn this stuff on, it goes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk. What this is the MLO Verse Talk Back. We talk about different things going on. We're going to talk about the election. We're going to talk about roundabouts. And the one thing we do want to cover is there's some stuff going on with the Youngstown City Council and the term limits. It kind of came around here. We'll talk about that a little bit. Isaac, what do you want to cover first?
let's cover Youngstown politics.
Okay, Youngstown.
So, strangest thing ever. I can hear you. I can't hear you in my headphones, but I can hear you over the thing at home. Yeah, I don't know. But
okay.
So let's talk about. So what is going on in Youngstown?
Okay, so there was an amendment that took place. A charter. Remember the charters for Canfield? They tried to do a charter amendment with Wade.
So what's a charter amendment mean for those people that don't understand?
Charter amendment is like it's a rule that affects everything. It's like a main thing. You know, like a charter, like the charter of the city.
Okay.
And so what this one was, and I have it up here. Let's see here. Again, we're not experts at this stuff either, so don't be like, yeah, you guys are wrong. All right, so this was the charter amendment. the legislative power of the city, except as reserved to the people by the charter by means of the blah, 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 7 ward counts. Okay. For a maximum of 2 complete consecutive terms of 4 years each. So basically here's what this basically says. Okay. It says the city council person can have 2 terms each, or have 2 terms. Then they have to take a term off, and then they can run for 2 terms again.
Okay.
Starting January 1st of 2023.
Okay.
Okay.
So the issue comes in. So from this point on, there will be 2 terms for each elected person. The issue arises with the sitting people, correct?
That is the problem.
So that's what people are saying. People have issue with, or that supposedly there are some people that have issue with, if people are currently on council and they've been there for a long period of time, does it affect them now, or does it affect them starting the next election?
Right. So and that's where the argument is. That's the problem.
So
council,
some of the city councilmen have been there for a long time, I assume.
Julius is on his, I want to say first term. There's there's basically 3 council people up right now for re-election, or coming up.
Okay.
For re-election.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
And I believe this goes into play if they follow this, and they wouldn't be able to run in the spring.
So what they're saying is they would be done if it affects. So
now here's the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is where you get into the lawyery stuff.
Yeah.
And this is what some of the people were telling me.
Yeah.
Nothing in here says it's for current people, right?
Yeah.
It says a council person will be eligible for election after an intervening term effective January 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
A council person shall be elected for the ward of, right? So it's vague. Okay.
So some people are going to argue that they should be done if they're at their 2-term limit and they're running for their technically 3rd term coming up. They shouldn't be able to do that.
Correct.
And others are saying, and the sitting councilmen are saying that no, it starts my first term would be when I get elected.
From the councilman, I read one guy kind of hint at, I'm grandfathered in, this doesn't apply to me at all.
Yeah.
Where he can run forever, which I think is bullshit.
If that is horse shit,
right.
If I've ever heard it.
Okay.
You have terms now.
Right.
And if you're not going to go by the terms, that is corruption.
Do you think, and again, people watching, do you think, is he Dan Martini?
Absolutely, Dan. The guy who wrote it, probably a lawyer, should have done a better job and given more detail, because
when you get into this kind of shit, and here's the problem: when you get into this kind of stuff, if you're not specific, what we've learned, you and I have learned,
people are going to argue the point,
and you're going to get lawyers involved, and then it goes to court.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, I think they should have. That's on them for writing that incorrectly. They should have been way more specific.
So I've talked to the people who wrote this. They messaged me.
Yeah.
It was their intention 100%
to do what?
To have these people not rerun. I mean, there's no doubt.
Oh, really?
Oh, 100%.
Who wrote that?
I mean, you could find out. I'm going to say, but
like a lawyer?
No, it sounded like they copied the old. So a couple years ago, there was a law that they had term limits before, and then they flipped it, and then there weren't term limits, and then they basically took the old thing and flipped it again. Is what this is. So again,
well, in the grand scheme of things, whether that was the intention or not, the most important thing is that when you bring up the votes, the most important thing is that the people want term limits.
Well, here's what I'm hearing from some of these people who are against this.
Okay.
The people who are against this, like Mr. Martini, who just commented, were saying, I just tell you, benefit of the doubt. He was giving me shit earlier. Martini was saying earlier, the vote should decide. There shouldn't be term limits at all. People should vote people in and out.
But that's what that vote is for, term limits.
Right.
At this point, you're just arguing over the people decided that they want term limits.
That's what I'm saying. And right. Now,
the people decided that they want term limits.
That's
what's being argued is the fact that
so look at this. You guys that are saying, votes count, you can vote people out. That doesn't matter anymore to me.
Yeah.
Because look at this. You
That's
tell
what
me.
people want,
You
term
tell
limits.
me. Look at that,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
5,000 people voted for the mayor election. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Freaking 12,000 people voted for
For
this.
term limits.
You
Yeah.
want to see another fun number? Look at this one. I broke this down by the wards. So this is by the wards. Julius is the first.
Yeah.
By the wards. Yes. Look at all those people
Yeah.
voting yes for term limits.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's
When you
crazy.
break it down like that, that's pretty wild, honestly.
That's crazy.
But no, honest to God, I think across the board in
Right.
all states, everywhere, in any position of government, there should be term limits. But that's just
Okay,
me.
so this is Amber. This is the one who Amber. If you don't mind me saying, this is Amber's the one. She actually ran for mayor last year.
By the city's law director in 2018.
So there was obviously a flaw. We might have wanted to get that updated, Amber.
Yeah, no kidding.
So here's for your buddy Bill. Term limits force the issue. It stops these career politicians from building war chests of money, keeping other potential candidates out. I agree with that.
Yeah, across the board. Seems like no issue then. Bid easily. I don't even think it's about Julius. I think it's much bigger than that. I think it's across the board, like these people who sit in those positions forever. I think you need
Tim
new
Ryan?
blood.
Tim
Yeah,
Ryan,
I think
for
you need
instance?
new blood. But
So this goes deeper then. Do you think, and people out there, let's bring this up. Anybody watch? We got 34 people. By the way, if you're watching right now, 34 people, could you please like this or unlike this or no, like it, heart it, share it.
give us an angry face.
Angry
Dan Martini.
face.
But most important thing, Dan Martini, even though you're a hater, I just want you to know, thanks for watching, buddy.
Dan Martini,
Means a lot.
Dan
buddy.
Martini, you
Means
better
a
give
lot.
us an angry face right now.
Dan Martini.
Martini, give us an angry
Really
face.
appreciate you watching.
Give us an angry face. Captain Consumer says, give us an angry face.
Captain Consumer.
Captain Consumer says, give us an angry face, Martini. So here's my question for the people out there, people here, or you, basically you. Should term limits be?
I agree, Dan.
Should there be term limits?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Or should we have just the votes, just people voting in and out, yes or no? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
be considered term
you're
limits.
telling me how long has it like for example, and this isn't I'm truly an independent.
Yeah.
Like Nancy Pelosi and
forever.
some of those people
Forever.
that are
Oh,
national
Mitch
like
McConnell.
sitting there.
Mitch McConnell,
Like,
forever.
yeah,
He's a Republican.
freaking corpses.
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah.
people. But they'll never vote on that.
Yeah.
That'll never pass. But no, I think Dan Martini said, go up, scroll up.
Yeah.
He says term limits should apply across the board for every position, and absolutely in the city, every single position.
But Martini, were you saying earlier though that the elected officials should be yes or no? Like it should be by the vote though?
Yeah, but what he what he was arguing was that they should have been more specific. Obviously, yes, I think they should have been more specific with writing that rule, because they're going to argue that it starts next, and I don't blame them for that, honestly. Because like you're grandfathered in, and then the clock starts at the next election.
Well,
I honestly have no problem
when
with
you read that amendment. It reads like that.
Yeah, and I'm sure, but
But I know
I have
what
no
those
problem
I
with that
know
at
what
all.
those people think.
yeah,
I would like to. You know what would be good?
To-
Ask
to
those
ask a
10,000
poll.
voters. Ask
Yeah.
those 10,000 voters
if they
what
thought
they thought it would
yeah,
be.
A or B.
A or B.
Yeah,
That's what you need to do. Is
that's actually a good question.
Ask those voters what those 10,000.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't really care. We don't live in Youngstown.
Yeah.
I like Julius. I think he's an awesome
Yeah.
dude. Right. It does. It doesn't affect. I mean, it affects us, but it doesn't.
But it's not about who we know, who we like. It's about the betterment of Youngstown.
My goal of our goal of this podcast has been and always will be to side with the people
Yes.
and to help the people.
Yes, correct.
Get a voice out because you know what? The news ain't going to talk about this
One
shit.
council person has been there for 12 years.
Yeah. See,
That's
that's too
interesting.
long.
I think that's
long.
way too long.
That's way
Yeah.
too long. That's
no,
crazy.
I mean, well, you could do. Is it 2 terms then?
You do 2. There'd be 8,
2 terms of 4 years.
and then take a 4-year off and then go back. Now, here's
I'm
another
cool
thing.
with that.
How long does it take to learn something?
Yeah. No, that's the argument for no term limits. Is well, by the time you get in there and learn how everything works, you're already leaving.
Right.
No, fuck off.
Well,
That's my response to that. Fuck off.
our friend Chris Anderson was messaging me about this earlier too
What did he say?
from the Democratic
He said,
Party.
"Oh, you need to be able."
He doesn't want term limits.
Of course not. Of course
From-
Probably
he
loves
doesn't want
Nancy-
term limits.
Probably
He-
has a shrine of Nancy
He doesn't
Pelosi
want term
at his
limits.
house.
He was telling me. I mean, he was giving me the stuff about about the stuff about
Yeah.
the verbiage and the lawyers, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna lawyer the shit out of this.
So does he want term limits at a national level too? I assume
no.
Yeah, who honest to God, like left or right, who has anything against like term limits? Is there anybody in the freaking United States that's like, you know what? I really think at a national level, term limits for everybody in the House and Senate, it's a good. Not having those.
I think there's a
is
poll.
good thing.
If you do there's polls that say like 70 to 80% of the population want term limits in Congress,
but they'll never
do it because, like I said in my Luke rants that I did,
yeah,
that would take. Like that would be like me saying, "Hey, I'm going to limit my job to 8."
Yeah, you want to talk
years.
about marching in the streets?
Yeah.
I would march in the streets.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
That. I would march in the streets for
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah,
100%.
Okay, wait. So here's Amber. The language implied to them in 2018 as current council members and allowed Mike Ray to continue to his third term. That language implied to them
Allowed Mike Ray
to continue. Yeah, see, I don't know. But Amber, if you read that back though, I see what they're saying. If you, like I said before when you were messaging me, I hadn't read it. If you read that, and I'm being dead serious with you, if I know what you meant, Amber. I'm curious what the people thought. I bet those people that voted thought it was for now.
Yeah.
I think Julius thought it was for now because he was.
If there's a loophole, people are going to find it.
Because Julius before the election, was videoing. This is going to kill us. So he didn't know about that loophole until you know what I mean. Until it came through.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So all right, let's see here. What's this one? If you look at it by ward, it was citywide. The voters what them out. They have spoken. Yeah, Pat, I agree with that. So the thing that's going to be interesting is
how many. So I guess it would. The next question would be, how many sitting councilmen have been in there coming up on their second term and it would end?
I think the two that are coming up, and maybe the third one is the one that's the 12th. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right or wrong, everybody?
How many sitting councilmen?
I want to say Julius is 2.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think the other one's 2, and I think the other one's 3 or 4. You guys correct me if I'm wrong.
Scroll down. Let's see more comments.
I wouldn't know. I think that's right. Term limits, yes. Will likely increase corruption and mid-conduct. I don't think so.
Mid-conduct.
Why would term limits increase corruption?
I think it would slow down overall movement by the government in all shapes and forms, whether it be corruption, whether it be good things, because it would take a long time for somebody to get in, learn how to do something, and then make a change, whether it be for good or bad.
But you're going to get people in there not looking to make money. You're going to be getting people in there to make changes. Like,
yeah,
if I'm only going for 8 years,
they would basically have a goal to get.
You
something
have a
done
goal
by
to get
going
something
in.
done.
Yeah.
Versus these assholes, not the local people, but the national people that are trying to make money and work up the totem pole. Like, I truly believe, at first, Tim Ryan went in to make a change, to make differences, and then he got going.
Yeah.
And sucked on the
system consumed him.
Exactly. And he wanted to be president. He wanted to work his way up. He dated Nancy Pelosi's daughter.
Yeah.
He flipped all of his things. He voted. You know what I mean? Like, I truly believe
they're long enough into the abyss, and the abyss looks back
exactly
into you.
Exactly.
I think that's
Nietzsche. But that's not just him. That's all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Absolutely.
I think, and it's it's the national ones. I think it happens a little bit with the state, right? Yeah. But it's the national guys. They go off, and it's like, those fuckers get, it's like you get corrupted. I really believe that. Okay, we're not talking about Trump and Biden. I hate that.
Yeah, seriously. I'm just about over politics.
Yeah, we're there. I was there, Isaac. I believe. Okay, so I believe he believes 4.
That's a lot.
Yeah, everyone but Turner.
Pat.
Yeah, Pat. Yeah. Sorry, Pat. Yeah, I believe 4. Everyone but Turner and Hughes. Okay, there you go.
A wild number.
Yep. The special interest groups do not want term limits. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they'd have the special interest group.
Yeah, they'd have to buy new people every time.
Yep. No person ever should see. This is
10,
the
12,
overall
20 years. The flip side is understanding why people vote for the same people who are not the change that claim to be. I also think fresh blood hesitate to step forward because they don't want to sit with individuals who have been there for 10 plus years.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And honestly, somebody commented today, there should be an age limit. There should be an age limit too, 100%. Once you get over like 75, I don't care who you are, your mind starts to go. Like, I think like 50 to 60 cap.
Dude, look at some of the freaking go Google like the ages of some of the
There's
houses.
like a 94-year-old woman sitting on, and they just like prop her up like how like Weekend at Bernie's.
like
Yeah,
Wheeler.
like prop her up with sunglasses. Yeah,
like-
she's alive. Don't worry,
like-
she's fine.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Like Wheeler.
Come on, Susie, hit
like-
the button.
like a
Vote for this.
vampire?
Yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
what the hell?
So 4 council members have turned out. Then, if you follow that rule,
That is wild. That's a big number.
change takes time. Changing. Okay. 5 are on their forget like 5 are on their second term or third. Oliver, Ray Davis. Well, of course they're all. McNally's not going to be there though, so they're going to have to. They because that's Lauren McNally, the one that beat Ungaro.
Yeah,
she was a. Did you know that?
Yeah,
she was a ward councilman.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Let's see here. He also dated Pelosi's husband. I don't think that's true. Welcome to the MLO Bros. These are all facts. Wait. Yes! Martini gave us, sorry, we just looked at her angry face.
Martini gave us an angry
Everybody,
face. Waiting for that.
Martini gave us an angry face.
I love that.
Yeah, Martini, thank you.
He's such a grumpy old man.
Oh, Martini. I love your burgers, buddy. I love them.
If there is a term limit and you're on your last term, why would you care about doing the job 100% and not just the minimum to collect a paycheck?
Okay.
It can't be.
I have a counter to that, Martini. If I'm getting reelected over and over and over, why would I care? I just worry about getting reelected, which is what they do anyways. All they worry about is getting reelected over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, so they don't care.
They don't
truly
freaking care.
They focus on getting reelected.
Yeah,
they're
same freaking argument.
They're going in with a mission, and if they really want to get reelected, especially in the city now, they could wait the 4 years and then go again.
Yeah,
but they got to take a break.
Yeah, take a break. Go hang out with your family.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's 2 sides of that coin about the.
Oh yeah.
About the term limits or no term limits.
Yeah.
I think you do.
I think, honestly, my own opinion is term limits just because I think in terms of government should be viewed as the bad kid in the class that you get put on your team for your group project. And you're like, don't let that kid touch anything.
Yeah.
Like the smaller the government, the better, in my opinion.
That's
like, and just give them the least amount of responsibilities. And term limits is slow them down. Term limits will slow them down so they can't get much done. Don't let them fuck anything up. That's
here's another good one. How many major cities, 50,000 population in Ohio, have a city? That's a good question, Dan. I don't know that. That's a great. Somebody Google that. That's a great. That do a little freaking research study.
Cities,
little study. That's a good.
Yeah, maybe Youngstown should base itself off of cities that have way more success than us.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why this is all good talk, guys. Why would they want to stay after seeing what the voters want? Something wrong with this picture. See, and that's the problem I have too. And that's Pat. I agree with that 100%. Right. So you're a sitting councilman.
Yeah.
You see
8,000 people show up to vote.
You see this.
Yeah.
Right? You see this.
Yeah.
Are you going to sit there? And this I have a little bit of a problem with this. You see this. You're going to say, oh, no. Oh, no. I know the people voted like this.
Yeah.
But that's not what that amendment says. That amendment says that's not the way that reads. They were. Those people who put it up, right? The whites who are trying to get me because they're mad, this is what they're saying.
Oh, really?
They're mad because they didn't win the election last year. They're trying to get the council now. They put this up on the ballot.
Whites?
Is that their names? What are their names? Is that whites? Hold on. Where did my comment?
Amber or whatever.
Did I say it wrong? Where'd it go? Sorry, man, it's just freaking slow. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, because Amber ran for re-election.
Because Amber
ran for election.
Amber White.
Oh yeah,
she ran for election. She lost.
Yeah.
So the council Council was saying they're mad, so they put this up to try and get us. Okay. They worded it wrong, so I should stay because they worded it wrong.
Yeah.
We're supposed to assume, okay, they worded it wrong, so I'm staying.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off about these people saying it,
Yeah.
council saying it,
Yeah.
is the fact that 10,000 people
Voted to say, hey, you should probably leave.
you should, yeah,
Yeah.
your voters, the
Yeah.
people that you represent,
Yeah.
you're going to go back and you're going to say, no, you're wrong, people, because the whites put that on the ballot. That's where I get pissed.
Yeah. And
You're making excuses. You had more people
Your
show up.
fingers in my-
Sorry. You had more people show up for an election to
put in
vote,
term
to
limits.
put in term limits. You did the freaking mayor.
Yeah.
And now council's going to sit there and say, I don't care. The wording's wrong. I'm not leaving power. I'm not going.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Well, it's not. To be clear, if that was the case with like actual term limits, like, hey, after 3, and they're just like, yeah, we're not, because of some wording, we're not putting term limits into place. It just doesn't apply to us because we've been here.
Right.
Like, no, like I would be pissed. But if it's just the clock starts on the next election, eventually they'll be gone. You know what I mean? That's what's most important to me.
Right.
But if they were just going to say, no, it doesn't apply to me, I'm grandfathered in and I can stay here as long as I want, I have a serious issue with that. Because like you said, that's just a power hungry move. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do with what's best for the people.
And yeah, like Amber said, and I saw this, I read this. They needed 800 votes to put it on the ballot.
Yeah.
800 votes.
Yeah.
This is what 800 votes. City council, they didn't even want to put it on the ballot. There were 3,000 signatures. They were trying to not put it on the ballot.
Why?
Because they didn't want it on.
They got 3,000 signatures saying they want to put it on the ballot?
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot of
That's a
people.
lot of signatures. Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that voted for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then again, 3,400. And then the problem is, again, there were the city council people
Yeah.
were calling the whites names. They were insulting them in videos. They were degrading them. That's where I get problems. I don't know the whites. I've never talked to the whites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know them. But again, there's some dirty shit going on in Youngstown again.
Yeah.
And people are always like, oh, Youngstown needs to move on. We need to move on from the dirty shit. You know, we need to listen. We need to listen to our people. We need to do this. We need to do that. You got 10,000 people that said you need term limits.
Yeah.
And now we're going to say, oh, no. Technicality. Get the lawyers involved. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never try to stop. I don't know who. I can't see.
Stop it from going on the ballot.
I don't know who
Never,
that
not
is.
one
I
time.
can't see. We can't see who that is. Okay. Again, this is a lot of he said, she said.
Probably a sitting councilman, I'm assuming.
Oliver put a video up calling me a racist over this.
Okay, let's not get into
Yeah,
this.
we're not getting into racist stuff or anything like that. We're not going to get into that.
It is what it is now, and I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that. Okay, so anyways, so the bottom line is so here's what we got to watch, and I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm curious to see where this goes. You think it goes to the lawyers?
I think it's too far gone. Honestly,
You don't think it'll go to lawyers?
I think that it'll go to lawyers, and you can try and argue it. But if what the people voted on is that they have that, they're going to claim that loophole, and since it's vague, they're just going to say the clock starts next. That's my bet is what's going to happen. Knowing lawyers, and all that.
With that word, we're not lawyers by any means.
No,
but with that wording in there, it doesn't say retrospective.
So they're going to say
what's
the
word?
clock,
the date. Let's look at it again. The actual date. Okay, if you read this, the actual date is where'd it go?
January 1st, 2023. Right.
All right. Again, we are not lawyers. A council person will be eligible for election after an intervening. Okay, the legislative power of the city exception shall be vested in the city. It doesn't really say date. Council person will be eligible for election after an intervening term effective January 1st, 2023. So the way that reads, that intervening term means they have to wait 4 years.
Starting January 1st, 2023.
So does that mean they have to wait 4 years? I'm not a lawyer. We need a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So the way that would read then would be anybody that's up now
Yeah.
would have to wait 4 years. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes through, but I mean, either way, the only thing, it's a good thing. No matter what, the people voted, and there will be term limits moving forward, whether it's now or 2 terms from now, it's a good thing. You know,
this is interesting. I don't know because so like that intervening. I was looking that up. Intervening means for when you're doing it, it's 4 years.
Yeah.
So you have your 2-year complete consecutive terms, and then you have an intervening, which is 4.
Okay.
4-year break.
Yeah.
So it says a council person will be eligible for election after an intervening term effective January 1st, 2023. So the intervening term would start on January 1st.
Yeah.
So if they're up on January 1st, 2023, they'd have to wait 4 years, which would be their intervening term, and then run again.
I don't know. I hate legal jargon.
That's interesting. I don't know what happens.
What's the comment say? Go to comments.
This is very interesting. I'm not allowed to law school. I would be so much better at this. All right, let's see here.
Be a professional arguer.
What's sad is 10,000 people vote means nothing. That's what it sounds like. They obviously wanted to change, but Youngstown politicians are deciding when they get to see that. See, and that's kind of the fence. And that's what I'm leaning on. I really am.
But they would argue that, so playing devil's advocate, they're going to argue that, well, the way it's worded, when the people read it, they didn't. But they're not deciding if it's now, when our term's up now, or if it's next time.
But the way I'm reading that, though, I don't think it says that. I don't. The way I've just read that there.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. If you're watching this, the way that reads, it says January 1st. Anybody who's up has an intervening term.
So they have to wait 4 years.
They have to wait 4 years
if they're up.
If they're up
January 1st.
That's the way that reads to me. I'll send that to my lawyer tomorrow. I'm curious to see how that reads. So I don't know where you guys are getting that from and who you guys talk to.
Treadmill typing. I'm not drunk. Sorry.
Wouldn't it help if a lawyer wrote
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, I'm a freaking banker and a terrible podcaster. So I have no idea. I'm just trying to sound smart. That language implied to them in 2018 as a current council members allowed Mike Ray. I know you keep saying that. I don't know what that means. Third term.
Allowed Mike Ray to continue to his third term.
So I think she flipped it, is what she's saying.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to send it to the lawyer tomorrow. I'm going to send it to Chip.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what Chip says.
Yeah, and
you are a good internet troll. Thank you, Rob. It's what we do.
Thanks, Rob. I don't even think we're being very trolly today.
No, I think we're
arguing
thinking.
both sides. I'm arguing one side.
I'm just trying to break it down.
It reads to me that 2 terms in a row after January 1st would disqualify them from running a third consecutive
But that's
term.
not what that intervening. Look, Dan, Google intervening term. Intervening is intervene, which means the middle term.
Also, Dan, I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell after. I don't think there's a W in after, Dan.
I don't know.
I've never won
Dan.
any spelling bees or anything. But
all right. Well, we'll see. This is going to be. We'll talk about this again. You want to talk about this again? This is a good topic. I love this topic. All right. By the way, you guys, let's see here. And again, I don't think we're being internet trolls. I think this is good, constructive talk here. Would you agree?
honestly, yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
The wording is probably very legal and secured in their favor. However, I guarantee a voter voting.
Isn't that what a courtroom does? You argue over the interpretation of laws.
That's the whole thing of law. Yeah, that's what they do.
So
that's what
they
the
would
Supreme
take that document and argue over it.
They'll go to a judge, and then a judge will interpret it, and then it could go to a state judge, and then eventually.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? How all lawyers are in fact assholes. If you really boil it down to what lawyers are, So they go into a courtroom.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they go into a courtroom.
Nice.
They're professional
Wrong.
arguers. Have you ever met someone that you say like every point you make, they just argue it, and they're like, "Well, that's wrong because," and you're like, "God, you're such an asshole."
That's me, right?
Right. So like, that's what lawyers do for a living.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying.
if we
We're
connect
great
the
at it.
dots, that in fact means that all lawyers are assholes.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time.
Because they can't agree with anything you
Yeah.
say.
You could if people watch our MLO bros that we share,
Yeah.
they should be able to tell when you're responding and I'm responding. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you're always a way bigger jerk than I am.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They should be able to know.
And some of that stuff is frustrating because you'll like write this big book to somebody and say, "We agree with this, this, this." I'm like, dude, I didn't agree with anything you just said. You're just throwing it out there.
I'm sure it's the MLO bros.
Yeah, fucking in someone's comment section. Okay, go back to the comments.
Okay.
Go to the
Comments? Okay. Let's see. No, there's that.
I
Okay,
bet
let's
it
go.
actually
Let's
play.
go.
You got wait, Dan, go to Dan's comment. Go back to comments. Dan said, "You guys are about as good as Lawyer Amber."
Very good.
Hey, it is what it is. We
I-
never
you
claimed
know
to
what?
be lawyers.
You know what though? I'm gonna give Amber credit.
She tried.
3,400 signatures,
Yeah,
10,000 some votes
yeah,
for her charter and passed the charter.
yeah.
You can say what you guys can say what you want about Amber and her husband and
Yeah.
all this
All
stuff.
the
and
councilmen
all
can
the
say it too,
you can
but
say
that
all
is-
this trash
that
about
is
her.
numbers.
That is
numbers.
impressive to me.
Yeah,
That somebody can pull that freaking off.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
for sure.
That's impressive. So you guys can talk trash. You can say all this stuff
Yeah,
about her.
disagree with it all you want.
Disagree with it all you
Yeah.
want. She just did something that a lot of people can't and couldn't do.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
midterm.
Yeah. Exactly. Get it done. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, that is something she did.
With-
That's
Ryan
impressive.
Senator.
All right.
It's a
Ready?
midterm with
You
Tim
guys ready to move on? Let's go.
What are we talking about next?
So let's talk about some of the comments. Can I show you some of the comments? So I posted this
Yeah.
the other day about Tim Ryan.
Yeah, which I told you to make that meme, by the way.
This is all Isaac.
Totally.
This
totally
was
make
all
that meme.
Isaac. So I posted this, right?
Yeah,
For the record, I'm going to say this one more time.
yeah,
I am not a freaking Republican. I might lean that way a little bit.
yeah.
Financially, I think I lean that way, or
I
fiscally.
lean fiscally, and financially, I lean more conservative.
Yes.
But in terms of like social, I'm probably more Democrat, obviously. than
I think
I'm just leave people the hell alone.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't tell people.
smoke weed,
Yeah,
gay people get married,
yeah. Shoot
right?
guns.
Shoot guns. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't care. Like that.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
am. But what's amazing to me? So I posted this.
Yeah.
The comments we got.
Oh yeah,
We got called Trumpers. We got called Republicans. We got called
yeah,
all because I don't like Tim Ryan.
yeah.
Let me show you some of these comments. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I put people's names. I don't freaking care. Would you be posting the same meme if a tenured Republican lost? Because-
Absolutely. If he was there for a
Yes,
long time,
and that's what I said.
absolutely. And he was doing stupid stuff. No, and changed his opinion from one thing,
Right.
did a complete 180 and changed it to something else.
Right.
100 would be roasting his ass.
Mhm.
100% roasting him.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
This is like my mom yelling at me. With the great things that you guys do for the community, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
For fuck's sake, dude.
I'm sorry you to see all this crap on your site.
It's almost poetic that your name is Karen.
It's just amazing. And then wait, our buddy Stacy posted this one and I shared it. What a night. What is it? What is it? Everything I hoped for? No, it wasn't. But I'm going to go out there, be a kind human, reach out to Tim Ryan and ask him to help on his run. What a wonderful Wednesday. I mean, she doesn't
Yeah.
like him. I mean, this is amazing. So this lady said it's not our job. Let's see if I can find it. She said it's not our.
More of my time giving my opinion on your site. Usually don't even pay attention to your posts, but your political talk got my attention. I will move on.
Let me see if I can find her original
Thanks,
one.
Janice.
Look, after reading comments, I'm very disappointed in most of you. Didn't realize, like, this is the comments you get.
Yeah.
But
I
it's,
try not to look at them.
really.
Yeah, I don't. I just
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
keep on
Here it is.
scrolling.
Look at this one. Look at this one. She said, it's your opinion, so it's political. Look at this. Not your job to open people's eyes.
Or to comment on who they vote for.
Like,
We
like
didn't comment on who
it's
people
just,
voted
it's
for.
just
We commented
crazy.
on Tim Ryan, who's been in there forever.
Like I hate people, man. So here's a good one. Here's another good one. Our friend, I can't read that one. Our friend,
last thing we are trying to do.
No.
Because he said
Melody said bragging is
gloating is so unattractive.
and I said, Melody, last thing we're trying to be is attractive. And
Yeah.
she said touche. Then I sent her the picture of me being attractive.
Sexy face. Go to the comments and see what people are
All
saying.
right, let's see here.
Get it done.
That's why their turnout was good with Tim Ryan. Oh, their show. So Martini's saying with Tim Ryan up for senator.
Yeah.
That's why their turnout was good.
It's because everybody hates Tim Ryan. They wanted to get rid of Tim Ryan.
Obviously everybody wanted to go. He lost the Republicans. He lost Mahoning and Trumbull County.
That is actually incredibly sad. That
Right?
his own home area,
right.
he didn't get any of it.
No.
None of it. He didn't win,
Trumbull. He
Yeah.
grew up. That would
He
be like
grew
us
up.
losing. That would be like us losing North Lima.
which we probably would. Let's be honest.
but like that would be like
Yeah,
us
where
losing
you
North
grew
Lima.
up.
Where
Yeah.
you grew up.
Yeah,
He lost
that
Trumbull
blows.
County.
That
He-
blows.
I mean, that's
If
embarrassing.
that's not your
Get
hey,
the
you should
F
probably
out.
get the hell out of politics.
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
Right. I mean,
Wow.
that's crazy. You're right. She did. Not many people are trying
lifting a
even.
finger
Yeah,
to try.
exactly. She's talking about Amber.
Wealthy people usually don't like to pay taxes. That's why you too lean.
What? Oh, he's saying that's why we lean to the right.
Wealthy people don't like to pay.
Excuse me, Martini.
is that you saying you think I'm wealthy?
I'll tell you what.
I'm wealthy?
I'll tell you what. I want to do an audit on your tax returns for your freaking restaurant, sir.
Right.
Let me
right.
do an audit on your tax return.
Right.
How's that? You want to do that? We'll talk about it, Mr. Martini. He has a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do an audit on your tax returns. I want to run your books and see what kind of money you're hiding.
I think he just complimented me and said I'm wealthy.
I still cannot believe he lost. I thought the man was going to die in that seat. I was thrilled and shocked. See, this is why he lost right here. Do you see
Yeah.
this? Everybody was tired of him. I got annihilated.
Podcast to inform people. Yes, that is
That
the point
is.
of the podcast. And the funny thing is, you have all these people that are like, it's not your job to do A, B, C, and D, or like, I can't stand when you guys make this. You don't have to watch us,
Right.
But here you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Here you are commenting.
Trump-
you don't have to listen.
Trump
to our
won,
shit.
Trumbull Mahoney. Trump has nothing to do with Tim Ryan losing. I don't believe that for a second.
Trump won Mahoney last election. Why would Tim Ryan?
Because he
grew up
from-
there, Dan. He literally grew up. He went to JFK, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
that was
grew up there.
was his whole thing. Was he's like, I'm from
Yeah.
Trumbull County.
The
I'm
same reason why Ruley won
yeah,
is because he's freaking
everywhere.
he's bagged everyone's groceries.
Yeah, that's crap. Yeah, don't say. And it had nothing. Ryan had nothing. That freaking D'Souza, that guy with freaking eye patch,
yeah,
saying, "Oh, it's because Trump." Bullshit. It's
Yeah.
because everybody was tired of Ryan. That's
Yeah.
why he lost.
yeah.
I don't think you know how freaking politics work, freaking Martini.
Well, I honestly, Dan, I don't know how politics work. I'm just here. I'm just a guy.
I would have voted for a Muppet if a Muppet ran against that man 20 years long.
Dan, why don't you come on here and bring me hamburgers?
Yeah, you know what, Martini?
Why
I
don't you
think
come on the podcast and bring me
Martini,
hamburgers?
it's time.
And we can talk about it. We can make like a gauntlet, and you and Luke can fight too.
What, am I fighting him?
Yeah, you're gonna fight him.
Why am I fighting Martini?
I'll sit here and I'll talk, and I'll give the
Is he out?
I'll like
Is he?
announce
Is
it
he big? Is he big?
in
What's
the
wrong
red
with-
district. Ruley won. It wouldn't matter if
Oh,
Ruley
get
was
the
Democrat.
hell outta here.
100% because he has bagged everyone's groceries in Youngstown.
I'm the ref, dude. You're fighting him. He wants you. He wants a piece of you.
I'm not Captain Consumer. He's Captain Consumer. Why do you want to?
I'm not Captain
Are
Consumer.
we fighting, Dad? Do you
Yeah.
really want to fight me? Why do you want to fight me?
Yeah, I'm not Captain Consumer.
Fight
Dude.
Luke.
Dude, did you just call me Captain Consumer?
Yes, you're Captain Consumer.
Dude,
Luke's the one you have the issue with.
I'm not.
I'm just an innocent bystander.
The taxing Tim Ryan phrase was very effective.
And the other thing too, the other reason Tim Ryan lost is because he changed his he tried to become a Republican.
Yeah.
Dan, did you not see how he's like, I hate China and I did this, and he's like making videos of him shooting guns and stuff? Like, dude, you're Democrats trying to become a Republican.
Yeah, sorry, man. You're not
come on,
dude. Ruley was the first off. Ruley was like the first Republican to win in this area ever. So you can't, it's a red district now because of Ruley. Let's start there.
Dan, I really don't think that politics is the blue and versus red as much as you think. No. I think there are many, many people in the middle that will vote either way, depending on if the person's a douchebag or not.
You got to stop watching.
I guess how much of a douchebag that person is.
Dude, the way you're talking, Dan, you're watching the news too much, my man.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Put me in this show. Oh,
dude, we've been trying to schedule you for 3 freaking years.
It's been a while. You've always been too cool for us, but we'd gladly have you on.
Dude, all right. You get a hold of him and get him on here.
I'm gonna call. You want me to call? Dan, I'm calling you right now.
Don't call him right now.
Do I have his number?
He probably blocked.
I don't have his
He
number.
probably blocked you.
I probably am blocked.
Exactly. Thank you, Paula. Oh, Paul, we read for Paula's students the other day.
Exactly.
And we're going back.
Yeah.
That was the best.
And I feel like that's the average American is you vote on if the person's
But the problem is like Martini's like
you gotta be somewhat crazy to be a politician. I must admit.
But the news pushes that red and blue shit on everybody.
Oh yeah.
And they make you they try and make people think like that.
Yeah.
And so did the politicians.
Yeah.
And that's the way Dan's thinking.
Yeah.
It's not like that though.
No, it really isn't. The average person.
People voted Tim Ryan out because he sucked. Because they were tired of him, because he flip-flopped, because they saw him. You know what I mean? They knew what he was doing. It was over.
Speaking of Trump, he sounded a lot like Trump when he was saying, I'm hard on China. I've always been hard on China. I'm like, that sounds like Trump.
Yeah, it was insane. Like people, dude, how about the commercial where he was throwing a football? Like, come on, man.
I know someone who has your number, Dan Martini. Or I can just come to your restaurant and bring you flowers again. And
and Allie Ring. You know Allie, the lawyer? I don't know if you know her or not. She was older than you. But Allie's reading to the kids too.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That's great.
So we went to Youngstown Community Schools.
Yeah.
Read to the kids. Like, it was great. 4 or 5 classes. That was so much. I loved it. I'm just saying, when they gave me hugs, like the kindergartners gave me like a hug. My grumpy heart just melted.
Yeah. You guys know so little about politics. You think Tim Ryan was voted out. He was never a senator. How can you be voted out?
Oh, we're misspeaking. Shush your mouth.
You
know what you mean. Dude, go make some hamburgers. You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you spelled held wrong, by the way. That's you. You need to fix your spelling.
Thanks for correcting. Maybe you should proofread the first time, Dan. Maybe you should proofread, okay, before you go and enter things in.
I cannot.
Misspelling held drastically changed that sentence, and in the interpretation of that sentence, you should really work on yourself.
Look, she said, I teared up when they hugged you. That was amazing.
Great.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Not a registered Republican, but a pissed off Democrat. Have been for a decade. My ballot was red with a splash of blue. Not everyone is straight, red, or blue. I wasn't. I voted for some Democrats if I knew them.
I did.
I voted for Republicans if I knew them.
Yeah.
You know what I did do? If I didn't know who they were, I did not vote.
Oh, you didn't fill it in at all?
Nope, because I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
For the Senate or for the governor,
yeah,
I don't like DeWine.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the other person was. I wrote your name in.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So he was trying to step up. Tim Ryan was trying to step up basically
to a
right?
senator.
Yeah.
There's 2,
yeah.
whatever that is. Yeah, exactly. So because his position got removed or gerrymandered or whatever the hell that was a while ago, and he had to find a new position.
Yeah.
Right. So then that was it. But I still think the writing was on the wall. He wasn't going to get freaking reelected in here.
Yeah.
Obviously. What was that? What was that one? Oh, I don't know what that was. Okay.
Want to talk about roundabouts now?
Oh, for God's sakes. We have 10 minutes to talk about roundabouts. All right. Let's see here.
He would die in that seat.
The problem is Republicans titling themselves. I see.
Vic. It's the same on both ends. It's you have the crazy people on both sides, the Trumpers, and then the people who think that the Democrats do no wrong ever, and everybody's mean. So a majority of America is in the middle somewhere, leaning one way or the other. But
Night, Dan.
early December. Okay. Early
Yeah.
December.
We'll steal your phone number off of Akil, and then we'll call you.
Yeah. And dude, we'll smash some burgers. It'll be great.
Yeah, you got to bring burgers in.
Yeah. Grilled cheeseburger. I want the grilled cheeseburger. And you can fight Luke while I eat my sandwich.
He wants to fight you.
No, you guys want to fight.
I've never
I'm
even
gonna
met
eat my
the man.
burger.
I don't
It's
think
gonna be
I've
great.
never met him. Why am I
It's gonna be
fighting? I've
great.
never met him. Why am I fighting him?
Because you're Captain Consumer.
I'm not Captain
Okay.
Consumer.
Just keep going.
Dude, that's like telling
Can we
Bruce
talk about-
Wayne he's Batman.
Dan, we'll tell you about Captain Consumer
Are you-
Truck Cop in Poland when you come. It's a great story.
Are you gonna tell? You're gonna tell people Bruce Wayne's Batman?
No, yeah. Eventually, the people found out that Bruce Wayne was Batman. They eventually figured it out. Okay. This area's economic policy hasn't exactly worked out for Youngstown over the last 20 years. Both parties have failed the people. There are many people who are out doing the grind every day to make our economy stronger.
Right.
It's called mom and pop shops.
Mom and pop shots like the MLO bros.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it wasn't the left or the right who screwed up Youngstown. It was people and corruption.
100%.
Yep. Just like the only way to fix it is not going to be about politics. It's going to be good people who fix it.
And term limits.
And term limits. All right, so let's talk about roundabouts.
All right.
Okay, so
listen, enough of this. Let's talk
let's
about.
talk about roundabouts.
Okay, everybody watching, the 20 people.
So-
What do you think about roundabouts? Do you like
I'm gonna
roundabouts
go
or
ahead-
not?
I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption of people in northeastern Ohio and Youngstown who are older. They don't like roundabouts.
Okay.
Older folks do not like roundabouts. You want to know why they don't like roundabouts? Because they don't know how they freaking work. Okay.
Okay.
When you're rolling up to a roundabout, right, and you see a freaking yield sign, a yield sign does not mean stop. For the love of God, if there is no one in the circle, keep going. Keep driving. Do not stop. Do not freaking slow down. It's the same thing as when you're merging onto a highway. If there's nobody on the highway in your way, you don't stop. You freaking go. So don't stop and go. I cannot tell you how many times I have almost gotten into accidents because people roll up on an empty
here's what I
roundabout and stop.
Well, here's what I do at a roundabout. When I come up on a roundabout, there's a car in front of me.
Yeah.
Because I'm in my Suburban,
Yeah.
so I'm up in the air.
Yeah.
I have a new thing I do. Okay, so if there's a car in front of
Yeah.
me, I'm driving up.
Yeah.
I try and see because I'm high.
Yeah.
Who's driving? And if I see like a hair, like the
It's an old
hair,
lady. Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, she's gonna freaking stop.
For
You
the
have to
love
see it
of God,
because
they all stop.
You're not supposed to stop.
So statistically, it is proven by science that roundabouts are faster than stoplights.
Yep.
Because if
just
it's
keep going.
Yeah, you keep going. You don't stop.
Yep.
So you never have to stop at one stoplight being slower than the others,
Yeah.
and you keep going. But these old women don't understand
it's not just
that
one.
you're not
It's
supposed to
not just one.
freaking
It's
stop.
It's all.
They don't understand it. So they try and freaking stop, and then they cause accidents, and they're like, oh, I know roundabouts don't work. But like it's proven to be faster and traffic moves faster.
So
The more the if you use a roundabout instead of a stoplight.
there's one going in on Glenwood and Wildwood, I think it was. So you know Glenwood, and you
Yeah.
just kind of go down past board. It's
Yeah.
down there,
Yeah.
and people were bitching about it.
Vic says, "What's a stop sign? Haha! All signs are yield or green."
Don't say, dude, don't do that in Poland. You'll be freaking done.
Right.
So people were bitching. 5 points.
Yeah.
In Poland,
Yes.
100 times better.
Yes.
Do you remember how backed up?
Oh,
it
yeah.
used to get?
Oh yeah.
100 times.
Yeah,
better.
because you don't have to take your turn. You just freaking go, man.
What's the other one? What road is that? Heading towards South
Lima?
South Avenue.
South Avenue.
What road is that? Matthews Road.
Yeah.
Heading towards South Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Roundabout. Amazing. You
Yeah.
never stop. There
Yeah.
should be roundabouts
It's
everywhere.
nothing but like a learning curve. So once
Right.
people get used to it, it's good. It's just people fear what they don't understand.
Right.
They don't want to learn
Right.
it because they're old and they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
People were bitching. So the state of Ohio granted Boardman like the money to do this at
Yeah.
this intersection.
Yeah.
People were bitching about it.
Yeah.
And
'cause
of course,
they don't want to. They don't.
I get on there. I'm like, well, why?
yeah.
Like, they're like, I don't want this.
Why don't you? Because they don't think it's works because they don't know how it works.
Their excuse is why? Well, we should use that money for flooding. I'm like, that's not an option. You can't use that money for flooding. It's the road department.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need one there.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
They can't. They don't answer
because I want you to go Google how to use a freaking roundabout.
We should have made a
correctly.
video.
For fuck's sake, I can't stand it.
We should go. We should take a kid. We got an editor. We should go stand at the roundabout, and if somebody stops, start screaming and yelling at them.
Yeah. No, what I like to do is, like you said, you check to make sure if their hair's all balled up or if they're wearing a hat or something or hunched over in their seat to see if they're old. What I like to do is that, and then proceed to lay on the horn, roll my window down, and say, "Don't stop! Keep going!"
I don't do that all the time.
I do that.
Oh, I scream and yell. I will scream when my kids will be like, "Uh-oh, Dad's yelling at them."
And then the rule is, if that does happen to you, you lay on the horn and you don't stop laying on the horn until you leave the circle.
Okay, here we go. Question about roundabouts. Can you drive onto the brick area if there's no pedestrians just to cut through? I Vic personally like to go over. Did you ever see the video of the car jumping the roundabout?
Yes.
It is the best video
that
I've
dude
ever
is
seen.
Flying.
Hits it.
Yeah.
And like jumps.
What I could see though is if they put it into a neighborhood that's usually like just a street and they put one in, and then somebody's driving through the neighborhood and they haven't been there in years and they're just coasting and they're not paying attention and then they just hit them. I could see that.
You know what Columbus does in their little neighborhoods? Have you ever noticed they put those the little center parts with the trees?
Yeah.
And they off center them. So in the neighborhoods, you cannot speed.
Yeah.
If you do, you like hit the tree. Yeah,
yeah.
They purposely. So you have to like, you're continually like going left to right.
Yeah.
Like kind of like that.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Yeah. So
but
you have to go.
Yeah,
slow.
man, that's crazy. So
yeah, they're all over Columbus, and they have like the two lane ones where if you're turning right, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
but once you really break it down, they show how, like, you can look up YouTube videos of, they show how efficient they are.
Oh, they're super
compared to
efficient.
Stoplights.
Oh, dude, look at 5 Points.
Yeah.
We lived 5 Points for years. It was terrible. Like at 5 o'clock, it used to be backed up to freaking almost 680.
Yep.
It was terrible. Now
Because
there's
nobody's
no traffic.
ever sitting.
There's no traffic now.
Yeah. Nobody's ever sitting.
And you guys think these roundabouts are bad?
Yeah.
The ones in like Columbus, 2-lane roundabouts?
Yeah, because they have the one that if you're going to the right, you just go.
Yeah.
You just go to the right.
Right.
If you're going straight, there's a lane for straight. There's a lane for
that's
left.
the one in North Lima has that.
Yeah.
Over by the new 680.
Yeah.
It has the 2 lanes. And it's like, man.
Yep.
People get
Love
confused. So there you go. So all right, that's our take on we talked about we are officially done with politics.
Oh, dude, done. I'm over it.
Done.
We have some interesting guests coming on soon. We have Dan Martini. He's coming. We have Dan Martini from
Coney's coming
the
next week?
Federal. Coney's coming next Tuesday.
On Tuesday the 15th.
Tuesday. Coney's new hot dog place hot dog and so much more that opened up on South Avenue.
Are we gonna eat? Are they bringing food?
I don't know. And then we have oh my gosh, who is it? The Overall Painting Company.
When's that?
Overall Painting. That's
coming?
early December.
Did I tell you December 6th? Hockenberry, the superintendent.
Okay.
Chief Lambert.
Okay.
Chief Wilson.
All Poland.
All Poland. All the police. Township.
Poland
Village,
and
the
superintendent.
all coming in.
And we're all eating pizza.
And we're eating pizza. And we're doing pizza. Guess what the pizza place is?
Okay.
We're gonna have the names of the pizzas, and you have to guess which one it is.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, and then we will not have a show on Thanksgiving, obviously.
We should do night before Thanksgiving, and just get.
You want to get? Did we? Is that when we got hammered last night?
Yeah, last year we did it.
Fighter Friends.
We should play like poker or something.
Live poker tournament.
We could do that.
Get Jeremy and Joe in there.
Do that. That's easy.
O'Keel.
Yeah.
Is that when we got hammered last time?
Yeah.
When did we do our power hour? Is that when we did our power hour?
That was last year. That was last.
That was a year already?
Yeah, it's last year.
Holy shit. That's crazy. It was a year
In the
ago.
studio. Yeah, that was last year.
That was a year ago. Holy crap.
So join us while we get tanked on Thanksgiving. Or Thanksgiving Eve.
But yeah, everything else has been pretty dang good, man.
So happy politics is done.
It was good.
For now, at least.
Our other goal is we're going to start doing more videos. We have an editor now.
Yeah, we got we have two potential.
Two
that
potential.
we like a lot.
Okay, so we have editors.
So we're gonna video editors. We're gonna start trying to pump out 2 additional videos on Mondays and
of
Wednesdays
us doing insane things.
Of us doing stupid things around Youngstown.
Yeah, like you've seen our videos of like
Yeah.
the skateboarders.
Yeah.
We just got to think of shit to do.
Yeah.
It's like we always think of stuff. And
I was
then we never
talking.
do it.
My buddy works for this Youngstown SWAT, and I'm asking him if he can like let us do their training program, like their obstacle course.
Could he? Did he say yes?
He was definitely scared. I'm like, dude, let me do the obstacle course. He's like, well, you'd have to talk to so it's. I'm like, give me their number, I'll call them. I want to do the Youngstown SWAT obstacle course, like wearing a weighted vest, like they do.
Could you imagine me trying to do that?
Yeah, like I want to rope ladder and stuff. Like that would be so amazing.
Is
Doing
there an obstacle course somewhere?
They sent me a video. He sent me a video of him doing it and face planting off of the top of one of the things. And I want to do it so bad.
I mean, I'll try it.
No, I'll freaking try too. And it's like you have to do it in a certain amount of time. Like I think I could do it.
You could do it. I'll freaking die, but I'll do it.
Yeah, and he's like all geared up. He's all geared up, and then they have him like walk across this balance beam, and he has to like walk, and he face plants off of it with all this gear on
Into the dirt.
into the dirt.
Oh.
And face plants.
I mean, we'll have to sound a waiver. I would assume.
But I'll talk to Jeff Saluga. He'll hook us up.
You need to take a ballet class. Let me tell you what, Steph. We are very, very
flexible.
It took me months to take the roundabout on Matthews. He was not having it.
Yeah. See, Gianna,
but you did it.
You
But you did it.
do
though.
it. You
Yeah,
gotta
gotta
learn.
do it.
You gotta learn.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, Scott, you want to do a video skydiving?
I don't think my life insurance lets me do skydiving. I have a life insurance policy,
Dude,
and I don't think
I
Shelby
would
gets
to-
paid
I would
out.
totally do it.
I'm good.
You don't want to go skydiving?
No, because if I die, my wife isn't taken care of.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll
You
do a
do it.
video.
You
Will
do it.
you come and you video.
And I don't think. Do you have a life insurance policy? I don't think they cover it if you die
I
skydiving
don't
or scuba diving.
freaking care. I'll just go right into the pavement.
Sweet release of death.
It's just right.
The warm.
like the instructor. Like I'll just go. The instructor's like, pull your chute. Get away.
Take it. Get it off of me.
Wait. So what happened up there? What? He took his parachute off.
Cold embrace of death.
Why is he doing that? Look, she went and it was
That was
amazing. Look, I went. It was this. If this doesn't describe Stephanie here, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
I went. It was amazing, Stephanie. I wouldn't trust the person who packed it.
Yeah, I must always be in control.
It was such a control freak.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we gotta go. Thanks for watching. Please like and follow the MLO Birds. If you're not, Isaac, tell them we're loan officer.
The MLO stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. We are loan officers. So next time you purchase a house, need to refinance, need to do some improvements, some debt consolidation, please give us a call. We'll take care of you. My MLS number is 1949316. Luke, what's yours?
562-548.
And my cell is 330-921-8978 if you want to call me and we can talk. So see you guys.
Bye.